talking about with the music and the generation and all that type of stuff. And because it's like one day I was just in my room and like a lot of things were just coming to my head by the type of music I was listening to, and just kind of lets me know like this generation today is just not what it should. So this poem that I wrote is it like has a lot to do with Black history, so I hope y'all like it. It's called The Real Assassination of Martin. Yeah, I killed him. So what? Because just like Martin's dream, I had a dream to be something. But I got sick of sitting in my room playing the guitars and writing poems. Because everyone told me it was weird to be doing. See, that balls was a screw thing. Because something obviously didn't click. That just because I chose to sit in my room playing the guitars and writing poems and taking pics of my tits to send to a boy that didn't call me a bit to a trick. Because it didn't fall for his tricks. Because I knew that he was snitched to his boys. About laying my heart into a dish for his toys. Little girls should not play with, but we enjoy to feel worthless. Or I mean priceless. Where hair weaves cost $3.96, but to get your heart broken somehow meaningless. See, we were so willing to give up ourselves just to belong to everyone else. Or to society. Where Black boys and girls no longer be the minority. Because we act so much alike that we all lose the eyes to our identities. Where girls looking for bad boys due to notoriety. Where he would put his hips up against your lips before he would even kiss you there. And then you want to go and blame the guy for the pain that your heart has bared. Where he would call you a B before he would call you a lady. And I know that most of you in this audience looking at me like I'm crazy, like you never had a guy disrespect you lately. Where you would put him out before the B slip from his mouth. But the itch still seems to exist. Let the music go loud and slip right through your lips as it hypnotize your heads. I mean, hip no minds, you pay no mind. See, the hips don't lie when he says hit, lure ties, the threads when you will lay there and get hit like your ancestors did. Just to pay the debt of you aggressive, you'll one day allow God to call you this. But I mean, I must be tripping because Tiger said that we ain't nothing but O's and tricks. But silly Tiger, tricks are for kids. But kids no longer little, chewing on bubblegums and Skittles, or shaking nursery rhymes and riddles. They worship magazines instead of Bibles and wanted to be followers instead of idols who strippers on poles and never supposed to play the roles of role models. Our little sisters started filling their baby bottles with insecurities and nouveau. I guess Martin woke up from sleep or the dreams got old. With ladies not have babies before they could get diplomas. And our brothers are ready to put one another into comas. While our Black Panthers replaced with hippie singer stoners. We used to sing, let us rise to, let's get high. Remember to pass the weed with our left hand to our right man. This dude is my right hand, my hitter driller and hitman. See, we don't care about nothing. Why had to do is front end, pump faking and stunting. If you ride through, I'm cuffing. Cause murder is my cousin. But what about your brothers? Because it was my brother that was bleeding from his shoulder when the cops put them over. If only could have been there a second sooner, they would have seen him when he was at Tony's crib. When he got shot once in the rib, and then Tony and his friends already tried to pretend like nothing just happened. He had bullets in his skin and screamed, but no one listened. As the blood ran out and the death started to whisper, as I sat on the school bleachers wondering why my phone couldn't reach him. I kept looking at the school bleachers wondering why I couldn't see him. Because nobody could see him as he took off running. He drove the knife inside the car window and popped it open. Wasn't no time before he hopped in. He drove off on a dead mission. See, Tony thought he was dead and missing. He was racing past the speed limit, and this is where the cops come in. He could see the red and blue lights flash. His hands started sweating his intentions. He was regretting. He kept his hands on the wheel when they pulled him over and asked for license and registration. He got booked for grand theft and gun possession, and now fills up that 35% of Black men in prison. When Tony stood around her walking, he heard how my brother was up and living and shared the same cell with one of his men. And my bro promised to never get caught slipping, but somehow that knife had slipped and the shank slipped right into his chest. And he dropped just like the phone did when my mother heard the news. Now we got more blacks rapping about crime and me writing about more blues. Where girls don't want to be too black, because you can't see that hickey. I mean bruise. Where girls don't want to be bees unless they're the baddest. It's madness, straight madness. But you can still be bad as long as your backside is more than average. Like, let me sit a cup when they put a bag over your face to hide the baggage. Look back and let you backwards. It's sad how they treat these Black girls like garbage, and your heart's being eaten away by maggots, and you're so used to being sewage and being treated like trash that you can't take the time to look back to see the light because they'll shine through those cracks. And no matter what they say, you're still beautiful because you're Black. So stop listening to the words of everybody else, because ugly only means you gotta love yourself. And these were the words my brother told me before he ever left. Before he had the knife cut right into his chest. Like, somebody please tell me how to become to this. Or blacks are killing blacks and girls girls are somehow worthless, feeling worthless out the hair extensions. I want to be too dark skinned when they don't care about the history, because that just be too boring. And nobody wants to be black because we always was foreign, but that one drop of blood somehow make us feel torn. They don't want to be too light, because that'll make us white. But don't want to be too black, because black's not right. So I guess we all just want to be orange. We're painting ourselves red. We lost our halos and gained tombstones over each of our heads. Because just like Martin's dreams, we are also dead. So yeah, I killed them. So what? It's not because they both of our dreams were met. I can still remember the sound of his heartbeat. As the bullet blasted into his chest, and him right in his ain't spot. The knife had cuts from my brother's chest. Like, somebody please tell me, how did we come all this way to fall back 10,000 steps? You will always be a G, permanently put to sleep, because we are murderers forever, killing the dreams.